This is Sean from Adjective Education, and today we're going to do the part 3 of our crash course. But before we get into that, I have exciting news. Adjective Education has now partnered up with World Vision. If you haven't heard of that, you're really missing out. World Vision is one of the best charities in the world, and what they do is they help mostly children and also communities that are poverty stricken. They provide them food, education, water, essential necessities that really change lives of these people. What we're doing is we're partnering up with them so that we can contribute to their initiative with our own social initiative. So what you guys have to do is, if you feel like today you're in the mood to help out, to donate a little sum of money, we have this link on our website, which is going to be in the description. You can go on there and make a $5 to $10 donation, and it's all going to go to World Vision that is going to use it to upgrade the level of different communities and also to help a lot of people in need. If you're taking our lessons, you can top it up with a little donation, and this is just another step for us to help others and for us to also feel a little better. You know, when you give to other people, you feel better about yourself, you feel better about helping out. So if you have any questions about that, do let me know. I'll be happy to answer so we could go out there and do our own social responsibility. I will be doing that as a business, and you guys could contribute as well if you feel like you're in the mood for doing that today, tomorrow, anytime. The link will be in the description for those donations. All right, let's move on to our crash course. Today's day 3. We have been talking about writing on day 1 and speaking on day 2. We have discussed everything that you guys need to know. Structure, the templates, the response to the question, the brainstorming, all these things are marked on when the examiner looks at your writing and speaking. However, we haven't discussed grammar, which we're going to discuss today, and vocab, which we will discuss tomorrow. Now, I'm going to explain to you guys how you can mark grammar by yourselves and improve it by yourselves. While I do that, I'm doing this because I understand not everybody can take lessons because of schedules and because of the fee. However, I truly believe it is 100% thing. You cannot improve grammar all on your own, or vocab for that matter, because you need someone to see what you're doing wrong and give you feedback on it. There are thousands of grammatical concepts, and you cannot learn all of them on your own. You really need some guidance. So either you're taught at school and you're lucky, but if you're not, and if this is your second language, you can contact me for lesson details and I'll be happy to help you out with that. However, with this crash course, the aim is to make you independent. So in this video, I'll try to explain as much as I can how you can do it yourselves. Let's talk about Grammarly. Grammarly. Grammarly is an amazing application for understanding your grammar mistakes. It's way better than Microsoft Word spell check. If you guys are thinking it's the same thing, it's not. Grammarly goes in a lot more detail. So I'd like you guys to download Grammarly, okay? And what you have done, if you're following the crash course properly, what you would have done on day 1 is write 10 writings, 5 task 1 and 5 task 2 that I asked you guys, right? So now copy that and paste it on Grammarly. When you do that, you will see everything that is wrong highlighted in red, and it'll show you suggestions on why it's wrong, okay? So now, for example, you've written a sentence, she gonna talk, or you say she going to talk. Let's write down she going to talk. Grammarly will point out that it should be she is going to talk. Now, this concept that you got wrong is a subject-verb concept. She is the subject, going is the verb. And you made a mistake there, so that means your subject-verb is not clear. So what you have to do is go online and check out some grammatical content, which I will mention where you can go. And you have to practice subject-verb related exercises. I'm gonna put in the description some of the best grammar links out there. There are gonna be links on prepositions, articles, grammar overall generally, and active, passive, and so on. You guys should really look into those links. If your problem is subject verb, if your problem is adjective, whatever your problem area is, and you see that Grammarly is marking that area more and more, you go to one of these websites, which are all great websites, the world's best websites probably. They're all in the description. Okay, so you click on them, try to practice that concept. The very first link that's on there, englishgrammar.org, in the description, that has pretty much everything you need for grammar. So if you go on that website, you look at the left column, there are different topics, adjectives, commas, conjunctions, etc. Whatever your weak area is, click on that and you will see multiple exercises with many multiple choice questions. Now, when you click on these questions, you attempt an answer. If you're correct, you're good. You know that. If not, it will show you the answer. So all the links here, all the exercises have answers for grammar. You want to check first. Again, the step one is to put your writings on Grammarly, check the mistake, see what mistake you're making, and then go in these grammar links, try to figure it out what the mistake is and do the exercises for that mistake. You might have subject-verb mistakes, most common. You might have mistakes on commas, punctuation, could be anything like that. You might have mistakes on adjective usage. You know, you're saying she is happiness instead of she happy. So Grammarly will point it out, and then, you know, happiness is a noun, happy is an adjective. Maybe both are incorrect in your brain. So now you do a noun and an adjective exercise from the links below. So you want to use the links, and what we're trying to do is target our mistakes. Because if you really try to improve grammar overall, you would have to go through all the links, do all the questions, and that's going to take probably months, okay? Unless you have a lot of time. So it's better to see your mistakes, where you're weak at, and then go to these websites and correct them. However, for the most part, you wouldn't, if your level is above average, you wouldn't need to do the exercises on the website, but Grammarly, when it corrects you, you will know that, okay, this one was wrong, and I just gotta be more attentive next time. The other thing is proofreading. One of my business English teachers, business English, when I was learning this in college, he explained to me that when you read your resume, you will read it very fast and you will ignore the mistakes. But if you read someone else's resume, you will not. And that's natural. Try that sometime. You will notice that is so true. Because you read someone else's resume for the first time, that's one thing, and then you're reading with the intention to criticize, right? So you wanna tell your friend, hey, you should add this, this, and this in your resume. But you are too nervous to do it to yourself because you're insecure that I don't want to make myself look like an idiot in front of my own eyes, right? But if you think of your writing as if it's the first time you're looking at it, you will be more attentive. Think of yourself as a teacher, because when I became a teacher, I started correcting people and I was looking more deep in their mistakes because I want to point something out. And then when I looked at my writings, I looked at them differently because now I'm looking at those as a teacher. So if you look at the writings as a teacher, feel that, you would imagine that you're looking at it for the first time and look at every single detail with the intention to criticize. Okay, so that's one thing. That will really change how you mark yourself. So proofreading for writing could be done that way. You might know a lot of grammar concepts, but you're still getting them wrong because you're not proofreading properly. So proofread in that manner, you'll find more mistakes. The other thing is for speaking. You cannot put anything from speaking on Grammarly, but it is going to take a while to do this. However, the only way you can check your grammar while speaking is record speaking, play it. Anything that doesn't feel right or anything you're unsure about, type it. You would have to type it on Grammarly. It'll tell you if it's correct or incorrect. Okay, so that's the way to make it work with speaking. Okay, the final thing, whatever you guys learn, how do you remember that info? With grammar, it's not important that you just learn it from one exercise. You have to really repeat it. For example, let's say you're saying that he see a bird, and then Grammarly says it should be he sees a bird. Now you know that S goes with he, and you repeat 10 times, you know, he sees a bird, fine. I'm guaranteeing you'll forget it the next day because you must have a habit of saying things incorrectly. You must have been saying he see, he do, he walk for a lifetime. How can it be fixed in one day? The only way to make it work is to make a habit of saying the correct thing. So what you gotta do is say multiple sentences with the same mistake, which means if you have said he see incorrectly, it should be he sees. Repeat he sees with multiple situations. So he sees a bird, he talks to a lady, he works in the shop, and so on. So what you're doing is now you're putting he and putting the S with different situations. Now try to change the he. Try to say Bob walks outside. Harry eats ice cream, etc. Now you're conditioning your mind into thinking about the subject and the verb correctly. And now you make multiple sentences. And don't stop on day one. This practice you have to do for 2 weeks. Grammar practice comes with repetitions over a 2-week period, at least 10 times a day. This is habit development. Habits usually develop in 30 to 40 days, but with English it's different. In English, 2 to 3 weeks are good enough. So at least try 2 weeks on grammar repetitions and conditioning your mind to making different sentences. This way, no matter what the situation is, if you go out and you look at two people and you say Bob, that's Bob, and that other guy he's talking to. So you can say Bob talks to Harry every day. Your lips and your mind will automatically say it because now you have trained yourself to use the correction with so many conditions. So try that, it works in a phenomenal way. So overall, the main thing is to put the resources at use, the links that are in the description, the Grammarly application. It's an amazing application, of course. And then work on repetitions, work on your mistakes. Speaking is a little longer. You have to record and play and type and then look at your mistakes. And if you're really unsure about your grammar, go on these links, do all the exercises you can, and you will learn lots. Other than that, once again, I'm going to finish on the note of learning grammar all by yourself is very difficult. So once again, if you are interested in any coaching or lessons or instructions, do let me know. Our website is www.hzadeducation.com. Other than that, you can stick here on YouTube and you will get a lot more details in the next few days. We have 4 more days to go with these lessons, and tomorrow we'll discuss how you can make good complex sentences with a good range and with amazing vocab that will blow the examiner's mind. For more tips and tricks, please subscribe to my channel. And until next time, this is Sean. It's been lovely talking to you guys. Talk to you again very soon.